Hello and welcome to what is probably going to be the finale of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice Lost episode. Queen Amara was shot in court. And nobody cares, apparently. Like, nobody gives one singular shit that Queen Gara just ordered one of her royal guards to kill her because she was about to confess, or to reveal that she was the true killer. So now, we're gonna step back in court and overthrow the Khura'in government. We're lucky the ambulance made it in time, but we've been forced into a recess for now while things get straightened out. I can't believe what just happened. Tell me about it. Do you think Gara put up? Of course she did. If she did, she's gonna regret it. No one gets away with something like that on my watch.
Poor Queen Amara.
Your benevolence, any news on her condition?
Undergoing surgery at the hospital as we speak. They're going through a 50-50 chance of survival, though.
The Garan justice will be served.
Why did this happen? Well, this is we're finally reunited, oh Queen Amara.
What was that about being reunited?
Oh, it's nothing.
Right.
How are you, Hornhead? Dirk Samani was your father and all but blood, after all.
Thank you for your concern, your benevolence, but I'm fine. Right now, we still have a trial to see through, so that's what I'm going to stay focused on.
Hornhead?
Just don't overdo it, okay, Apollo?
Dirk, that was a real shocker, alright. Can't believe the dragon is dead.
That's...
So you was wondering when Dirk disappeared to freedom, those kids have returned back to himself, right?
Yeah, I suppose so, but I don't know if it was because Dirk's spirit willed it, or if it was a part of Garan or Amara's plan.
Man, our Dream of Revolution. Now what are we gonna do? Is this it?
Don't give up yet. There's a very good chance that Garan is the real culprit in all this. And if we can prove her guilt in court...
Hey, you're right, this kid's gonna be just the push we need. The dream lives on.
Yes, it does.
You know what that means, AJ? The fate of the revolution resolution rests squarely on your shoulders.
Haha, all in a day's work. Who am I kidding? That's a ton of pressure. But this is what Dirk gave his life for, so I have to do this for him.
The Honorable Rebel Dirk Sadmati. I would have loved to have spoken to him while he yet lived.
Really?
Why not?
I mean, he seemed like... Did she bump her head or something, really? Nope, she just figured out that he's her actual father.
The trials are about to resume. The defense is to report the courtroom at once.
Already? After what just happened? The first thing Garan will do is respond to that last accusation, so you better stay on your toes, Apollo. I will, Mr. Wright. Ready or not, Garan, here comes justice! Ha 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 ha! May 19th, High Court of Khura'in.
Now then, let us resume today's proceedings.
Huh? Where's Nayuta?
I must offer my apologies. I never imagined the Royal Guardsman would do such a thing.
Oh, bullshit. What? He wasn't acting under your orders?
How dare you cast such suspicion upon her eminence?
It is quite alright, Your Majesty. Suspicion is only natural under such circumstances. But rest assured that he acted alone, for I knew nothing of his plans.
I don't believe that for a second.
Now then, Your Majesty, regarding the murder of my husband, Minister Inga, I would like to offer a new possibility.
A new possibility, you say?
Indeed, for during the break, the real killer confessed to me.
What?
Bailiff, please call the
It's gonna be Nayuta, isn't it? The real killer confessed what she got up her sleeve this time. I have a really bad feeling about this. Yep, it's gonna be Nayuta, and unfortunately, I still don't really give one singular shit about you. Like, even a little bit. He's the one who confessed?
What's this about? You're the real killer?
I questioned during the recess that I felt that Amara had been covering for someone, so it was that he finally confessed his crime for me.
Nayuta, you didn't really do it, did you?
Your Eminence speaks the truth. It was I who killed Justice Minister Inga.
Yeah, no way in hell that's true. Nayuta?
Peace! Prosecutor Salmani, are you absolutely certain about this? The confession of this nature is grave indeed.
Yes, I am certain, for I killed him on my own hand. At last, the real killer has been revealed.
How are we supposed to respond to this? Nayuta, retract your confession now!
Mr. Justice, it is not yet time for your cross-examination.
Who cares about that? Admit it, it was Queen Garan who put you up to this. She forced you to give a confession, didn't she?
You're out of line, Mr. Justice. Learn some self-restraint.
But...
Or do you have something that might prove that I did not commit this murder?
that is... What do you think you're doing, you idiot?
Truly, the truth can set us free.
Okay, Jim Carrey. Liar, liar. It looks like Garan got to him somehow. I definitely didn't see this coming. Nayuta, why are you doing this? Why would you sacrifice even your life to do Garen's bidding?
Whatever the case may be, Prosecutor Sabati, your testimony, please.
Garen's got the whole force just rallying behind her to protect her, apparently. Nayuta's confession. Oh, I missed it.
I could not remain silent while Her Eminence fell under suspicion for this crime. It was I who murdered Justice Minister Inga. He had to die for the future of Khura'in. I consider it divine judgment cast upon a fiend who sought to assassinate our monarch. My mother was simply covering for me. I am ashamed I let her go so far for my sake.
I don't believe that even for a second. You do understand what you're doing, right, Nayuta? You're sentencing yourself to death if you're found guilty.
If that is the court's verdict, then so be it. I must obey the law above all else.
The law, Nayuta, or the Queen?
Enough, this blather has nothing to do with the witness's testimony.
Please address any issues you may have during the cross-examination, defense.
Oh, I will. I'm gonna blow his problematic testimony to smithereens. Just you watch. Nayuta's confession. Okay, well, I don't believe him for a second that your mother was simply covering for you. So you kill Minister Inga and Queen Amara staged the crime. Is that how it went?
Precisely. My mother is as clever as she is kind. She sought to conceal my crime by taking all the guilt upon herself.
Yet another lie, but I need to poke a hole in his testimony, but how? Nayuta, could it be that you didn't know her real identity? You definitely didn't tell her what to do. So it's some process of elimination. Did you realize her name was actually Queen Amara, your own mother?
That is not as strange as you might think. Much time has passed since we last met, after all.
Right, 23 years ago, was it? When Dirk saved her after the supposed assassination attempt?
No, Mr. Justice. It was 15 years ago that Dirk abducted my mother.
Huh? That's weird. Are you sure about that?
I remember clearly I was around 10 years old at the time.
Yeah, okay, alright. Alright, so I was gonna say that doesn't make any sense because and then I realized, oh wait, I've remembered it's not him in the photo, it's Rafa. So that's the proof we need then to prove that Rafa's the baby in the photograph. And you please add all the statements to your testimony. Okay. Reunite with mother. Nope, that's a big old load of bullshit. Objection! You're saying that Dirk made off with Queen Amara 15 years ago. But that's strange because I heard something very different from Dirk. He said that they ran out together 23 years ago.
That is impossible. I know for a fact that it was 15 years ago.
Well, I have evidence that contradicts your statement. How do you explain this photo? Dirk said it was taken 23 years ago.
He said that?
He did, but if we take what you just said as fact, then there's something in this photo that doesn't make any sense.
This doesn't make any sense to me, so I suppose I should ask. What does all make sense if the photo is only 15 years old?
It would be the baby, because the ages don't line up. He said he was 10 years old. Now, you know, this discrepancy may not be directly related to this case, but I don't think we can simply overlook it either. Dirk said the baby in the photo was you, but that doesn't make any sense if the photo's only 15 years old. After all, you said you were around 10 then, right? He's definitely sweating bullets over there over something. Apollo, this baby isn't Nayuta. Wait, you don't think? Did Queen Amara have another child while she was on the run? What? And just what if that child were being held hostage? Nayuta, is that why you obey Queen Garen's every command?
You presume too much.
Ah, that's why Queen Amara was trying to take the rap as well, to protect this other child. A child born 15 years ago, They would have to be someone who's around 14 to 15 years old now. Yeah, gee, thanks, I wonder who it could be. Just a guess. But I believe I know someone if it's about smooth, straight behavior. Since the child was born to Dirk and Queen Amara 15 years ago. All those strange statements she kept making, and now they all make sense. Now I see Nayuta.
Mr. Justice, I believe I know what you are about to say, but I cannot allow you to name an innocent soul as a child of terrible sinners.
I thought you might try to stop me. After all, suddenly revealing this information is dangerous, so you've been trying to protect. I think they should make it clear what I'm talking about. There's a chink in your arm, the reason why you fear for your siblings' reputation. Oh, the assassination file that says that if you're, like, the sins carried from the parent to the child.
And that is?
A file full of information that Dirk collected on what happened 23 years ago. A particular note right now is what's written here. The sins of the father are visited upon his children. This deeply held idea is why you were expelled from the royal family. Which means it wouldn't bode well for your sibling either, if she were revealed to be Dirk's daughter. You became a prosecutor to bring down Queen Khura'in, but at the same time you came to serve the very regime you despised. And that was because the Queen found this chink in your armor. That's how she came to use your sister against you.
Nayuda, have you been keeping the secret all this time? Have you been trying to protect me? You are an innocent party to all this. I live only to safeguard the law and serve the country and queen from which it flows. Or one such as you who is destined to ascend to the throne need not fret over one such as I. No, I cannot accept that. What you say, it's malarkey. Don't you even care what happens to you? Before country, queen, law, and everyone's future, my personal feelings are of no consequence. That is why I resign myself to my fate. I know I must accept the status quo without any thoughts of change. Spoken like a true prosecutor and patriot, I shall continue to rule Khura'in until the day Rafa succeeds me, for that is what is best for our kingdom. I know, your eminence. Yours is no small sacrifice, but I promise you this, in exchange for your life, the child shall remain safe and the kingdom shall prosper. That is all I can ask for with my meager existence.
Now, is this really the new you? Resigning yourself to the will of another and killing any hope you held for the future. No, the Nayuda I knew would never let himself be turned into this.
Now, your majesty, if you would hand down your verdict.
You can say you're simply accepting your fate, Nayuda. But I know that deep down there is still hope in your heart.
Oh, Holy Mother, preserve me.
It's the kind of hope that perseveres through the most desperate of times. And it's what binds you, me, and is it gonna be his attorney's badge? I know that because he has demonstrated to me that you haven't lost all hope yet. Yeah, it's gonna be this. Take that! When you interrogated Dirk, you can confiscate all of his possessions as potential evidence. All except this. So tell me, Nayuda, why didn't you take his badge? You couldn't bear to take it from him, could you? And I know why. It's because this badge means something special to us. Hey, Dirk. Why do you still wear your badge? You're not a lawyer anymore, right?
This badge is my heart and soul, son. I'll never stop trying to realize my dream, not till my very last breath. A dragon never
yields, right?
Exactly, Nayuda Apollo. I vow to restore Khura'in's legal system to its rightful state one day. I want to pass on to you a world where you can live free from the fear of tyranny.
You may say you've given up, but that's not how it really is it? You never gave up and you never will, because you still believe that all of the wrongs will be righted someday, don't you?
You are very perceptive, Mr. Justice. It may very well be as you say. Why did I not confiscate this badge? Even I did not know until now. Perhaps I was waiting for him to save me.
Save you?
Yes, save me. Like he did on that day. Someday, he would come and free our family from the chains of the past. Perhaps deep down, that is what I believed. I believed in Dirk, our father.
Nayuda, I knew you.
However, it was but a dream. And now that dream has died. Murdered along with Dirk. So now as the eldest, the responsibility falls squarely onto me. No matter the cost, I must protect her. Please, try to understand, Apollo. Understand why I shall bear all this sin, as it is the only way.
But...
You have wasted more than enough of my time, lawyer. Do you not see the futility of your desperate floundering, the immutability of his duty? It is time to accept defeat. Now watch as the hammer of justice comes down upon your dear brother. Your Majesty, the verdict, if you will.
Yes, your eminence.
Wait a second. What do I do?
Does the defense wish to raise an objection?
Alright, there's gotta be some way to save Nayuda. Apollo, it all goes back to that incident 23 years ago. It's branded him the son of a criminal. So we could try, if once and for all prove that Dirk didn't try to assassinate Amara, right, Nayuda and Rafa's father would no longer be viewed as a criminal. But I thought there wasn't any evidence left because it was all destroyed in the fire, and Dirk investigated the matter for years but never managed to learn anything new. Really? Nothing at all? Can an exceptional lawyer like Dirk try that long and really uncover nothing at all? He had over 2 decades, Apollo. Huh? He's right, I doubt Dirk would have gone to his grave without discovering something new. He must have secretly planted something to topple Khura'in with somewhere. Taking a look at the evidence, you just might find what we need to break out of the situation within there. Got it.
If the defense is done stalling for time, I shall now render my verdict.
No, wait. About the assassination attempt 23 years ago. The defense has some new information we would like to share.
To do him. Well, we hadn't intended to deliberate that case in the course of the trial.
Dirk, did you leave something behind for me? Is there some connection I'm missing here?
Very well then. What is the source of your new information about the case from 23 years ago?
Well, the only thing I could think that he would have given me would be this. Actually, my biological father, Joe Justice, who died in Khura'in. But I don't know why it has anything to do with anything, so I'm just gonna try it. It's only one penalty bar, so if I'm wrong, I'll just try something else.
A photograph?
Yes, you call the traveling musician who died in that fire 23 years ago?
How could anyone forget such a painful chapter in our history? The poor fellow was caught up in the blaze that was meant for Queen Amara. We never knew his identity, though, as he was belonging to burnt to ashes.
Well, the truth is he was my biological father.
Oh?
What? Oh, we're gonna do an insight session. Because we know his name. Oh, that's smart, actually.
Why, of course, with this photo and her benevolence.
Exactly, might be able to prove Dirk completely innocent, and that would free her from the infamy of having criminal blood in her veins. Because here in Khura'in, we can witness the final memories of the dead.
What utter nonsense. There was no evidence left in the wake of that blaze.
That's what you think. But Dirk went to bring this little souvenir back for us.
He did?
Yep, and boy, is it the best piece of evidence ever. He knew that with it we'd finally be able to conclusively settle the matter here in court and save his children. Your Majesty, the defense requests that we hold a divination seance for this new victim.
What a waste of time. The events of 23 years past have already been deliberated at length.
But wasn't Dirk on trial for that incident as well today? So we wouldn't be doing our jobs if we failed to look into this new lead, would we?
As the presiding judge, I will now share my thoughts on this matter. The attempted assassination of Queen Amara in this case we can ill afford to leave open, and I believe that the final memories of the victim will prove to be very important. Therefore, it is the opinion of this court that we should conduct a divination seance.
Why you? Your benevolence? If you knew the full name of the victim seen in this photo, you'd be able to perform a divination seance, right?
Of course. Leave it to me.
Thank you. My father's full name is Jove Justice.
Alright.
Now, your benevolence, please commence the divination seance when you are ready.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Okay, this might be our final divination seance of the game. Okay, heat, burning, makes sense. Oh god, this, crying. Okay, crying baby. This feels so much like a cutscene from The Room. Okay, the burning is diminishing. Pain, ow, that's some pain. More crying, okay. Oh wait, is that the lighter? Oh, that's the lighter. That's the lighter with Dirk's fingerprints on it, right? Okay, so there was a reflection in the top right. It's like someone saw someone holding the lighter. Okay, so, and then they threw the lighter out. Okay, got it.
The spirit of the victim had granted us a window into his final moments. It would pray the divination seance was a success.
So those were my father's final moments. That baby we saw must have been you, Apollo.
I will now decipher the experience of the deceased. Are you ready, Hornhead?
Yes, please proceed. Rafa's insight.
Someone attempted to assassinate Queen Amara by setting her residence ablaze. Hornhead's father happened to stop by and was knocked out by the assassin. Dirk's fingerprints were discovered in the lighter found at the scene of the crime.
Yep, so that's what it's gonna be. That's the lighter that was there, okay.
Hornhead's father tried to save his son, but sadly he perished in the attempt. That is everything that the deceased experienced in his final moments.
My father's final memories, they're right here for everyone to see, but can any of them unlock the truth behind what happened 23 years ago? I certainly hope so. Okay, so I'm guessing it's gonna be somehow tied to those fingerprints. So where's the fingerprints? Like, where's the... Okay, that's the hand right there that shows the... But that looks like... Nope, I didn't want to skip that. Well, let's go back one. That hand looked like... That looks like a glove. That doesn't look like an actual hand. Hold on.
Objection!
Dirk's fingerprints were discovered in the lighter that was found at the crime scene. However, the hand holding the lighter in the seance vision appears to be gloved.
Ah, I believe you are right. What could this mean?
It calls into question whether the hand in the vision was really Dirk's. If only we can make out the details a little better.
Very well, I will tend to focus a bit more on what the deceased saw. Perhaps that will help find the seance vision.
That's much clearer. Wait, that's the thing! Those are the things he was wearing on his wrist. Hold on. Damn it, I can't access the court record. Okay, I swear that the cuffs on his wrist were the same as the ones from that the minister was wearing. Here, let me check. Yep, they're the same. They're the same. It was him. It was him. It was absolutely freaking him. Somebody could have even put them there after the fire. Oh, yes, precipitation, while the fact remains there are fingerprints.
Objection!
It just means I have to prove that the figure in the vision is someplace of someone else using the information of my father's final memories.
Either way, it seems that I must revise my insights.
If someone had put his prints on the lighter after the fact, then we know not... Oh, no, we do know. We absolutely know who it belongs to. We absolutely know that information, and I'm gonna prove it to you in a second here. Okay, she's updated her insights. Time to go over them and see if there are any new inconsistencies to be found. Oh, I've already spotted one. Okay, here we go. So you say we don't know who it belongs to. I do, because in this one we can see that right there. That right there is the exact same thing that we saw in the photo. Wait, then this means that the real culprit is... The figure in this vision is clearly not Dirk. The distinctive band around their wrist...
That design, it can't be.
This will prove just whose hand was captured in the seance vision.
Take that!
That photo, so you do believe the culprit to be.
Just Mr. Inga had cuffs with the exact same pattern on them.
You're referring to the Council of Justice, correct?
Yes, I hear they're a traditional part of Khura'in's Justice Minister's attire.
But what does this tell us?
It tells us that the figure in the vision is none other than Khura'in's late Minister of Justice, Inga Khura'in.
No, not my father.
So you're part of the association of the former queen as well as the current one?
People are finally starting to realize the truth. It's all about to come out. Nayuta?
What you propose is not possible, Apollo. For back then, Inga Khura'in was not the Minister of Justice.
What? Let me guess. It was gonna be Garen or whoever. Yup, it's her. Yup. Alright, she served as Minister just before succeeding the throne. I guess she also prosecuted the assassination attempt 23 years ago as one. So then the figure in this vision is actually...
Your Eminence, it's you, isn't it?
This is madness. Why would Her Eminence do such a thing?
Because she would ascend to the throne.
She wanted to usurp the throne from her sister Amara. That's why she tried to assassinate her.
All is very hard to swallow.
Your Eminence, are you the one responsible for tearing my family apart?
And was it you who killed my father? Well, Your Eminence, I'm asking you a question!
Peasants, always carrying on without things of no import. You do not deny it then? You conceal the truth and use me for your own designs? Oh, now you to spare me your feeble-minded line of questioning. Even if Dirk were cleared of all charges, it shall be I who decides Rafa's fate. You do wish for her to be queen someday, do you not? Remember, the child lives only by my good graces. Now kneel before me and fulfill your end of the bargain by offering me your head. Your Eminence, I am done heeding your commands. Even as you used my sister against me, I still believed you. I believed that protecting your secrets was in the best interest of this kingdom. But you have been deceiving me all the while.
Nayuta.
Nayuta, you dare defy me? Your Eminence, I can turn the other cheek no more. Therefore, I hereby retract my confession in the murder of Justice Minister Inga.
Retract, you say?
Dirk, the final piece of evidence you left behind, has released Nayuta from his suffering. Now he's finally free. Oh, he's gonna show the mark. It's gonna be the Defiant Dragon mark.
In all this time, not once did I reflect on my own conduct, for I had believed all was fate. Lost in my own sense of resignation, I was unable to wake from my despair. But you, Apollo, you have awakened me with your demonstration of our father's creed.
Holy hell, that's an awesome shot! Yeah!
Dragon never yields.
I bet that looks awesome on the 3DS too.
I will carry on Dirk's legacy and fulfill his dream. Hear me, Garen, I will cast you down from your bloody throne. Long live the revolution.
Insolent fool. Now even you prattle on about revolution. Would you look at that? Well, Apollo, it seems we're finally making some headway down the road that Dirk carved out for us. Yeah. Now, if we could just prove Garen's guilt, we could continue on down that road towards the revolution Dirk dreamed of.
Your Eminence, you have been accused of the crime committed 23 years ago. Would you like to say anything in your defense?
Not so fast, Your Majesty, for the cuffs could have been stolen and used without my knowledge. So you see, they can hardly be considered proof of anything.
Why, I believe you're right.
But we know she's guilty.
Well, lawyers or any other evidence you'll have me refute.
Unfortunately, this photo was the last piece of evidence Dirk left for me, so as far as evidence goes, I've got nothing else regarding that case in the past. However, now the prosecutors— oh.
Yes, the defense speaks the truth. Even though it is clear who the guilty party is.
Queen Garen, the defense accuses you of the murder of Justice Minister Kingdom of Khura'in.
But do you have any evidence defense?
Evidence that will prove Garen was the killer?
There is still one more avenue for us to explore, Mr. Justice.
There is.
Minister Inga's final memories. In them, the minister's skill approaches Dirk. Therefore, one must ask how did the killer dispose of their disguise?
Hey, you're right. A lot of blood would have splattered onto the killer, so the blood-soaked clothes would have had to be dealt with somehow. You could hide them behind the curtain, couldn't you? Or, like, in the sarcophagus. It's still around somewhere, then...
I was wondering what absurd idea you would concoct next. Clearly, can be disclosed almost anywhere. I doubt you could find them now. Then you don't know us very well. Your benevolence. Yes. On the day of your father's murder, you had been watching the courtyard from 2 p.m. Now, during that time, you saw Queen Garen, did you not? Yes, I did, but I was told not to mention because it had nothing to do with my father's murder. Rafa, you would not dare! When the queen headed into the palace, did she have Dirk's clothes in her possession? No. No, she did not. So, maybe she disposed of them somewhere in the courtyard. Police had thrust through the area following the crime, but they did not find anything resembling Dirk's clothes. But you knew that already, didn't you, prosecutor? Yes, I admit no clothing was found. So you admit that you were merely speculating, chasing phantoms and delusions of evidence that never existed. This makes no sense. Clothing doesn't just disappear like that. If Garland wasn't carrying any clothes, she must have gotten rid of them somewhere where she thought they'd never be found. Where'd they never be found, huh? I believe if those clothes were here, they were probably hidden here. Because couldn't you just put them in a sarcophagus and with Dirk's body?
The tomb? You believe the clothing was hidden there?
Yes, it's the only place it can be. Very well, what do you believe? I believe they were hidden inside the sarcophagus. Which is conveniently placed in the center of the screen so I don't have to move the hand at all. The clothing weren't simply hidden, they were returned to where they belonged.
By that you mean?
The killer would have had to get Dirk's clothes from somewhere. Luckily, they were right there.
Yes, of course. At the time of the minister's murder, Dirk's body was already in the sarcophagus, so the killer could have simply borrowed his clothes.
Right before the minister entered the tomb, the killer put on Dirk's clothes, and then hid behind the curtains of the sarcophagus. And after the minister was killed, Dirk's clothes were from his body.
So what? This is all speculation. We know not whether those clothes were used in the murder, therefore you cannot prove that they are somehow connected to this case.
That's where you're wrong, but I believe you already knew that. These clothes were definitely used during this minister's murder because of... Oh! Because the blood here! Because this blood is a slightly different shade than the other blood. The blood stains in Dirk's sister are no doubt the result of being shot by the minister. However, that doesn't explain everything. There was also some blood splatter extending from his left elbow to his abdominal area. I believe the blood splatter came from Inga Kingdom of Khura'in, where... Here. If the killer wore these clothes during the murder, then the blood splatter must have come from Mr. Inga. I thought it was still Dirk's, but that makes sense. Only one way to be sure. Let's get the scenes analyzed right away.
Indeed, this may be the conclusive evidence we need to prove the Queen's guilt. You cannot prove it was I who hid those clothes. It could very well be hidden by a third party.
But could they really? I'd say the possibility of someone other than Garan hiding the clothes does not exist. No, it's just not possible. Your Eminence, I recall you saying the following.
The key to Gamma sarcophagus is under the protection of the royal family.
Oh! Ah, that was your own testimony word for word.
Why, you insolent.
Admit it. Only you could have hidden Dirk's clothes after they were used in the murder. And that means you are the one who killed Justice Minister Inga.
Insignificant worm. You dare accuse me of the ruler of Khura'in?
Because no one else has the key to the sarcophagus. I'm afraid such arguments are invalid here in this sacred hall, Your Eminence, because even monarchs aren't above the law. It's the end of the line for you, Queen Garan. Time to come down from that lofty throne and face justice! Ha 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 ha! Gotcha!
Me? Face justice? Surely you jest. You are in no position to force my hand, lawyer.
Oh?
Surely you haven't forgotten about the Defense Culpability Act? Those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. In short, should I be convicted of murdering my husband, your dear brother who delivered false testimony in my defense shall also be found guilty.
What? That can't be, can it?
By delivering false testimony in the course of protecting a guilty party, he would certainly be judged by this court as having supported a criminal, and the Defense Culpability Act would most certainly come into play.
But that law is so broad that anyone could be convicted. I was about to say that literally any witness in this entire game.
Come to this act, and even I'm convicted, and yet as it currently stands, it is the law of the land, and as you said earlier, no one is above the law.
Of all the absurd things I've seen, this law really takes the cake. Now what? What can we even do at this point?
You need not look so forlorn. Dirk has been cleared of all charges, so let us leave all thoughts of the real killer and revolution in the past where it belongs.
She wants us to just let her off. No chance in hell, and yet I don't see any other choice.
We cannot yield to her here, Apollo. If it will move the revolution forward, I will gladly face the DC Act. Now do it. Accuse Queen Gohan of the crime she has committed.
But...
What you speak of is not revolution. Our kingdom will not function without its sovereign, and Rafa cannot ascend to the throne.
Oh, she definitely can.
Thus to accuse me is to wish destruction upon our fair kingdom, you terrorist.
Terrorist.
If you would still insist on accusing me, then as ruling sovereign of Khura'in, I proclaim the following.
Are you gonna write in a new law? Write a new law into the book of dreams there?
All who imperil the crown out of the reason shall be subject to immediate execution under the Queen's orders.
What? Immediate execution? We can't do anything. This is like trying to beat the owner of a Minecraft server in a 1v1 battle when he has op level 4 powers and you don't even have the ability to open your inventory. It's like you can't win. You can't win. He can just keep doing /game mode creative, diamond armor to infinity and beyond, and then you're just like, I have this stick right here, I can beat on you with the stick, and then he's like, foolish mortal, spawn golden apples. It's like the admin in Minecraft Stormwind Season 2, just like, snap of his fingers. There, I have more minions, go fetch things for me. Like, you can't win. I'm taking down the admin of the server. So long as you're the queen, I can't win, because you're just gonna keep rewriting the laws.
And in accordance with the laws of Khura'in, I command that you be put to death at once.
What? What the f***? What? We can't win! This is literally... We can't... Does no one see a problem with this? Isn't this gonna be a bit too far? Why is the Garan Royal Guard?
They were on standby in case of an attack by foolishly optimistic terrorists. Now, if you would continue to oppose me in the very embodiment of the law, then under my legal authority, you shall all be put to death.
Objection!
Okay, really? You had to give her a Disney laugh? Oh, come on, this is insane even for you. You can't possibly get away with something. Like, she already looks like an evil queen Disney villain. Did you have to give her the maniacal laugh, too? You can't just order our execution without due process. Now look, Apollo, truth and due process is certainly important, but so is your life. Let's think before you speak again. But...
Please, Apollo, do not make this any worse than it already is. I cannot lose you to the Twilight Realm, too.
What am I supposed to do? How do I win against an opponent that can rewrite the law she sees fit? Exactly! How can I ever bring her to justice? Is this really how it all ends?
Is it your life or your accusation, lawyer? You cannot hope for both. It is time to cease this insanity.
What do I do? Should I accuse Queen Garan? What the f***? Like, obviously there's a way out of this. There's obviously some crazy way that we're gonna be able to get out of this, but what? What could we possibly do? So long as she can keep typing in commands into the Minecraft server and giving herself operator permission or OP whatever it's called, level 4 permission status or whatever, to get god tier items and all that, we cannot win because she's just gonna keep. Wait a second. Wait. Ow, that's a voice crack. Okay. I just saw something crazy. That's another voice crack. That's how excited I am. So, alright. Hear me out on this one. What if the reason why Inga wanted the Justice Minister wanted the Founders War wasn't for his sake, but for her sake? Because he didn't know what the Founder's name was. And what do you think the odds are that she can't channel, she's not a spirit medium, she can't channel spirits? Because what other reason would she want the Founder's Orb in the first place? Why would she want it? Why would they want it? Unless they want that power for themselves. That's gotta be it. That's gotta be what this is. That's gotta be our way out. And if that's the way out of this, then accuse away. If it will accept my input, there we go. I know what I have to do. Mr. Wright, you know that saying you're constantly reminding me of Athena of? The worst times when the lawyers are force their biggest smiles? You never fail to surprise me, Apollo. And Nyuta, you know that creed we've known ever since we were kids. A dragon never yields.
Apollo.
They are not merely words. They are what's carried us this far, so now it's time to honor these words and the memories of the ones who gave them to us. I couldn't agree with you more, Apollo. Those words are more important to me than you know, and if there's not any time to remember them, it's now.
It would seem, Apollo, that no one but two auspicious creatures dwell deep within you, a fierce dragon and a virtuous phoenix that shall scatter the clouds hiding the heavens. I shall join you in your death-defying bluff.
I think I finally understand what those words really mean and the resolve they embody.
Are you smiling even in the face of certain doom? Is there no end to your defiance?
Unfortunately for you, no. I won't let fear or even the law force me to abandon the pursuit of truth, because there is another saying in my country, the truth shall set you free.
Indeed, that is precisely what Dirk sought to do during this trial. He wished for us to break free from a certain despicable spiders immobilizing silk threads.
We won't be intimidated by unjust laws or given to fear. Abandoning the truth like that is just not a part of my playbook.
There's only one path before us, revolution. The time to make Dirk's dream a reality is upon us.
Your Eminence, if you are the law here in Khura'in, then your very existence is wrong!
Does your desperate bleeding know no end?
I know it's a bit late to ask, but what's the plan? Well, if Garen's going to execute some spot the Defense Culpability Act, and the law itself derives its power from the authority of the Crown, then there's only one thing to do. We dethrone her. Right here, right now. Alright, but how? It's not like we have a lot of time to come up with a way to do it either. I doubt she'll allow you to perform another cross-examination while we think. Don't worry, I'll come up with something, we'll be fine. We can't give up, not now. We'll have to keep on fighting to the end. We can't allow these broken trials to go on. It's time to make things right. Here we go. Here we go. We're coming up on the truth now. This is it. If I accuse Garen now, you will subject to the Defensibility Act, which means you will be put to death in accordance with the law. So the only way out of this is to dethrone Garen right now. Could this be the key to dethroning Garen? The Founder's Orb. Because that's what gives the power. Is the Founder's Orb the key to the revolution? Dirk was convinced the orb is the key to the revolution in Khura'in's future. In light of Garen's obsession with the orb, it makes a large amount of sense. She probably doesn't want anyone using it to gain spiritual powers and rise to the throne. Inga definitely tried to do just that, but that's just where it starts to fall apart. Inga couldn't have channeled the Founder even after taking Miss Faye after all. He didn't know the Founder's name. The name of the Founder is only known to those who become queen. That means the only people who currently know her name are Garen and Amara. Even if someone else had the orb, they wouldn't be able to channel the Founder. So that makes the question why is Garen so fixated on the orb. Okay, let's not think Garen is obsessed with the orb because she can't channel spirits. Yes! I called it! That's it! That's the way out of this! Garen wants spiritual power. Could it be? It's hard to believe. But if she wants spiritual power, does that mean Garen can't channel spirits? That would explain why she had Amara perform the rite of channeling. Is that why she let Amara live, to stand in for her when the time came to channel spirits? So if Garen can't channel spirits, then she'd have no claim to the throne! Garen has no claim to the throne! Yeah! Garen's Confidential Ability Act was established under the Crown's authority, but if she had no claim to the throne, then the DC Act would become null and void. No, not just the DC Act. All of the insane laws she had enacted would be swept away in one fell swoop. You claim the authority of the Crown? You? Of all people? That's a good one. Have you truly lost it, lawyer?
Indeed, I will have the defense explain himself at once.
It's easy, your majesty. Why is Queen Garen so obsessed with the Founder's Orb? Why did she let Queen Amara live? And why was she having her mercifulness perform the rite of channeling in her place? The answer to these three questions point to a single conclusion. A fact that will shake this kingdom to its very core. And here's the verse of music once again!
I said an Apollo.
Yeah, that rhymed. Your Eminence, I just have one question for you, and please be honest. You can't actually channel spirits, can you?
You believe the Queen is not capable of communing with the dead?
The defense will explain himself at once.
In Khura'in, the ability to channel spirits is an absolute requirement for a would-be queen, but your Eminence, if you were capable of doing that, then you'd have no claim to the throne. Not only that, but every law you pass will be rendered null and void. And you, the Garen Royal Guard. You seem to be rather enamored with the Queen's supposed spiritual power, but what if she had none? What if she were just an ordinary person, a pretender to the throne? She says blasphemy. On what grounds you make such a defamatory claim? Queen Garan, if you think I'm out to defame you, then prove it. Prove it using this piece of evidence you want so badly! All the conditions for summoning the founder should be in place. With the orb, we know what the founder looks like. And as queen, you should know the founder's name. Here comes the swell of the music. Now, you want your evidence? Please show us the great spiritual power you bear as Grand Priestess of Khura'in! She knows she can't do it. She knows she can't do it. She knows she can't do it. Enough, I say, you mindless cretins.
Your evidence? Can it be that you cannot?
No, I want a lawyer. Oh, how lovely. Oh, how perfect. How wonderfully convenient for you. Oh, that's such a good line. That is such a good line. Are you forgetting something? There aren't any lawyers left in Khura'in. You can thank your Defense Culpability Act for that one. If you truly are capable of channeling spirits, then get on with it already, Your Eminence. You sneaky, underhanded wretch of a lawyer. That reminds me. You said something to the effect earlier. It is time to cease this insanity. Don't you feel stupid for saying that now? Apollo, teach this deceitful future queen a lesson she won't soon forget. Gladly, because it really is time to cease this insanity. Garen! Your reign of terror ends here! Very well. Demonstrating my facility as a spirit medium simple enough. Behold the magnificent power to... What? You know you're beat. You can't do it. You cannot do anything. What do you even... Are you just gonna jump in the pool? What exactly are you gonna... Like, you can't win. You're beat. You're done. Oh, great spirit of the founder who dwells in the Twilight Realm, heed the secret covenant of the orb, and appear here before us. No, you're done. You're just done. You don't win. You lose. Game over. Game over, buddy. You've nowhere left to run. You can't do anything. Yeah, that's it. They're realizing she's a sham. They're realizing she's a sham. She can't do it. I'll spirit of the founder, grace with your sacred presence. The time is now. I beseech you, appear before us. Hear my call. Founder, please. Oh, how the tables have turned. No, wait, I was just warming up. The ride actually starts from now. Look. Oh my god! That was incredible! That was fantastic!
Positive somebody, how was her evidence?
It seems she now believes that she herself is the Holy Mother.
I see, but her attempt at spirit channeling failed, did it not?
Sadly, she seems unable to accept the facts. I fear it'll be quite a challenge to question her later.
And what, if I may ask, was her motive? I understand that she killed Minister Inga in order to prevent this coup d'etat, but what of her attempt to assassinate Queen about 23 years ago?
To become queen herself, maybe she just craved power and attention.
She likely developed a psychological complex for her inability to channel spirits. That is why she kept Queen Amara alive to perform the rite of channeling for her. In that way, it would seem as if she had great spiritual power. In short, she built a cult of personality upon fear and lies. Then again, do not all tyrants?
So then she never really intended to kill Amara, huh? What I don't understand is why Queen Amara even listened to Garen in the first place, especially 14 years ago before Rafa was being held hostage. Why would she keep letting the people of Khura'in think she was dead, while she kept quietly performing the rite of channeling for Garen?
My mother was a gentle soul by nature, and loves her sister dearly. So when Garan told her to hide because Dirk was out to kill her, she believed it. What's more, she did not wish to tarnish the name of our beloved sister. That is why she agreed so obediently to Garen's request to keep channeling for her. Until she fled with Dirk and was told the truth, that is.
So that's what happened. And since Rayfa was being held captive, I imagine Amara had no choice but to help cover up the truth behind Inga's murder. Yeah, living secretly as Rayfa's servant, Nana. No doubt only deepened her love for her daughter. She'd do anything to keep her safe. All the more reason to hide the painful truth from her.
While that was the case for the ages, Posker's body has been cleared of all suspicion of the murder of Mr. Inga, outside Mr. Dirk's body and the association attempt on Queen Amara. Now then, I think it is high time I handed down my verdict on Dirk and Nagita's body.
Not guilty. Oh my god. Oh, we did it. Oh my god, that was so good. That was so good. That was outstanding. What a final trial. What a case. What a fucking final case. Dirk, I hope you're watching. I proved your innocence. Nayuta's smiling again, and that revolution you've always dreamed of is finally happening.
With this I may finally say, this court is adjourned!
Yes, we did it! We did it! May 19th, I quoted Khura'in accused lobby. Way to go, Apollo! I was on the edge of my seat when those guards stormed the courtroom. That was a shocker. I can't imagine anything like that happening back home. I know, right? I was ready to go down there and teach him a lesson myself. Aw, Maya. I was barely able to hold her back. Hold me back? You were about to go ballistic after their while, Athena. Yeah, well, I was thinking about helping you smack a few of them down, to be honest. Can we get a Phoenix Wright fighting game? That'd be awesome. Or like a racing game. Just something. I don't know. Something where everyone can just like have fun together. I don't know. I feel like that'd make Capcom a lot of money if they did that. Remind me to never say or do anything to deserve a Maya Athena double suplex. You did a fine job out there today, Apollo. Thanks for all the great advice, Mr. Wright. Nah, it was all you. That perseverance and never say die attitude you showed was impressive. I actually learned a thing or two myself. Well, what, from me? That's a laugh. There was a number of times where I wouldn't have blamed you for giving up. But you stuck it out to the end and came away triumphant. By sheer force of will and inner strength forged in countless trials, you overcame the most desperate and hopeless situation I've ever seen. I don't know about all that. I mean it. You've really come a long way, Apollo. I have nothing but respect for your abilities as an attorney. Really? Aren't you exaggerating this a little bit, Mr. Wright? You did it, Apollo! You finally won his seal of approval! Why, yeah, finally! You finally won his seal of approval! After 3 goddamn games! What about me, Nick? My channel's come a long way too! After all, I was deemed worthy enough to be used in 2 major crimes already! Yeah, and 2 major chances for me to become someone for you to channel next. Honestly, I couldn't have done any of this without the support of each and every person here. Mr. Wright, Athena, Nayuta, and of course, Dirk. What?! The f***? How are you here? What?! Trucy? Trucy, what are you doing here? It's magic! F***ing, that's not an acceptable answer. Of course it was Edgeworth. I'll fix you for you. Let's do it. I'm afraid she implored the old. Let's throw away Mr. Edgeworth's suitcase trick. That's amazing. What? They were totally explain why my suitcase was so heavy. I'm telling you, at least noticed it was heavier than usual. Trucy, do you even have a passport? My magic panties are an extra dimensional space like a mulling mini universe in there. I can produce a passport at a drop of my hat. Right. Maybe some things in this world are better left a mystery.
Hornhead, Bardhead. I am forever in your debt for what you've accomplished in this Hall of Justice. Without your presence, I may have never changed as I have to this day. It's pathetic, I know.
That's where you're wrong, your benevolence. It was you who changed yourself. Only you could choose to defy Garan, and that decision was yours and yours alone. That's right, all we did was present you with an opportunity, and you made use of it with gusto. The victory is yours, your benevolence. You should be proud of yourself.
I see. So, am I worthy of my title after all? Ha 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 ha! I shall work to heal our kingdom so that it may know peace and prosperity once more.
You should bounce back quickly. So your benevolence, I take it you learned the truth of your origins? That you are the daughter of Dirk and Queen Amara.
Yes, my mother, her eminence told me. She said it was a part of my disciplining.
Like, literally the Mother Gothel... Oh, wait. Is that a spoiler? Yeah, the movie's been out for 10 goddamn years. If you haven't seen it yet, you're not going to. That's literally the Mother Gothel... I mean, it's not a twist, because you know it from the beginning of the movie. But from Rapunzel's perspective, it's a twist. So, literally tangled. If you can call it that. Sounds more like blackmail. Keep quiet or I'll tell everyone you're the daughter of a criminal.
My mother was so insufferable, or should I say my former mother.
Sounds like there was no love lost there.
By you clear Dirk's name, my true father will no longer be known as a criminal. Therefore, I have nothing more to fear.
So what's next for the Kingdom of Khura'in? I mean, you lost your queen, so...
Her benevolence, Princess Rayfa, will ascend to the throne.
Nah, Yuta, but she can't channel spirits yet, right?
Indeed, which is why I will act as regent on her behalf, until the day she comes into her own. Yes, your help will be greatly appreciated, Prosecutor
Come on, you can say it. You can say it, Rayfa. Is she going to say what I think she is? You can say it, Rayfa.
What are you looking at, you horn-headed nincompoop?
Youch!
In any event, I will be assisted by Yuta and Queen Amara for the time being.
Queen Amara?
Our country offers consult to the rulers of neighboring kingdoms through channeling. But for now, I will have Queen Amara assist me in that capacity.
So then she's gonna be alright?
Yes, it seems the bullet went straight through her without doing any serious damage.
That's a relief.
You did it, AJ. Thanks to you, both Dirk and I to be the charges against him, and you got the revolution rolling the boot.
The revolution? Dirk, I guess you were right to believe in me after all.
Yes, sir. There's gonna be some major changes around here. The legal system's gonna return to its rightful state like how Dirk always wanted. And the name of Apologist will go down in Khura'in's history.
Ha ha ha, yeah, right. Oh, now Yuta, before I forget, there was something I wanted to give you before I head back home. Oh, Dirk's badge.
You wish to give me something?
Yes, as Dirk's birth son, I think you should have this.
This is Dirk's.
I have to get back to the States, and as I know you're a prosecutor and all, but as the man that's going to change Khura'in, it's only right that you have it.
To change Khura'in?
Yeah, Dirk's place.
Apollo, I'm afraid I must refuse your...
What? What? Why?
There's something I would like to show you.
Huh? What's this all of a sudden?
Mr. Wright, won't you and your friends please join us?
Oh, sure? Okay. May 19th, Force of Mighty Law Offices. With the spiders still doing their thing. So why'd you bring us in, Ayuda?
Apollo, I want you...
Did I read that correctly? Oh my god, no. Are they actually gonna do that? But why?
We have lost our queen and our kingdom stands at a crossroads. Most of all, we need to rebuild...
He's gonna put his father's sign up. He's gonna put his father's goddamn sign up. And he's gonna restart the legal... Oh, that's such a smart ending.
Actually, that includes the reintroduction of lawyers to the court.
Wait, you're not asking me to...
Yes, I want you to take over this law office. With you as a lawyer and me as a prosecutor, we shall rebuild Khura'in's legal system from the ground up.
You want me to help you rebuild the legal system? That's a lot to take in.
Apollo, I cannot do this without you. As a lawyer, you are Dirk's spiritual heir, and having studied in America, your legal knowledge will be indispensable.
This is way out of my league.
The revolution is still in its infancy, but it was Dirk's dream to restore the legal system to its rightful state. Will you not help me realize that dream?
Come on, AJ. You know that's what Dirk would have wanted. Let's do it together.
You must be taken aback by my sudden thought, or request, but please give it some thought.
Of course, I'm honored that you asked. Still, I have my job back at the Rating Agency to consider too. Don't you worry about that, Apollo. Besides, this is something only you can do. Something only I can do? I mean, to be completely honest, our office would be a bit short on firepower without you around, but hey. Mr. Wright. Actually, Sorry, I can't get on board with this, Athena. I mean, there's still so much I want to learn from you, Apollo. Aww. That's right, it wouldn't be the same without you, and everyone back home will really miss you too. There's no way I can agree to this. Still, if you really wanted to stay... Yeah, Athena's right, it won't be easy, but... Athena, true seat.
Apollo, no one but you can make this decision. Know that I will not question whatever choice you make.
He's gonna stay. Our flight leaves tomorrow morning, Apollo. Think you can make up your mind by then? It's Edgeworth's plane. He can just delay it when... Okay, I'll try. He can just delay the... Talk about a difficult decision. he could just delay the flight. Should I go back to the US and continue working at the Right Anything Agency? Or should I stay in Khura'in and help Nayuta rebuild the legal system? What's the right thing for me to do? He's gonna stay. The bus to the airport will be here any minute. I wonder where Apollo is. Think he decided to stay in Khura'in? Well, the fact that we're playing as Phoenix now, I think is enough of an answer for you. I bet he was up all night thinking. It's a life-changing decision after all, but whatever he decides, I'll have to accept it. I guess that means no more courtroom battles alongside him. I know that booming voice anywhere! Phew, I made it. Apollo, you here? Do you think you're coming home with us? Well, about that. Mr. Wright? Yes, I've made up my mind. Here it is, the moment of truth. I still have so many things to learn from you. But I've decided to stay in Khura'in. You're staying? But I feel like I'll have to pick up where Dork left off. I can't let a sacrifice go to waste. I see. Plus, I want to teach others everything you've taught me about being a lawyer, Mr. Wright. Apollo, Dirk's roadmap for the future, and your teachings. I believe that these two things will save the people of this kingdom from further unrest. I want to do this. No, I have to do this. Apollo, I've never felt prouder. Oh, proud to have had such an amazing attorney working under me. But someday, I'll return to the US. Once the new legal system here is firmly in place, I'll be back. Scout's honor. Will we really see you again, Apollo? You bet. Not that I have any idea how long it'll be, but I promise you this, everyone. I'll keep on learning and growing, and I'll come back to the US an even better lawyer, so don't you forget about me. Of course you won't, Apollo. There will always be a spot waiting for you back at the office. In the meantime, we'll be rooting for you, so knock 'em dead. You got it, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna miss you, Paul. But if this is it, then I'm gonna support your choice all the way. Thanks, Trucy. Good luck with your magic act. I know you'll do Troop Grammary proud. It's cheering for you too, Apollo, but don't think you're the only one with room to grow. The next time we meet, you probably won't even recognize me. Probably wrong, because I'm gonna give you a costume to DLC case. Haha, in other words, game on. You bet, and I'm gonna win. I'm gonna miss you too, Apollo, but I can't wait to see where your new adventure will take you. Well, there's our bus. I guess this is it, Apollo. I'll never forget everything you've done for me, Mr. Wright. I don't know how I'll ever repay you. Here's to seeing you back in the US again someday. Until then, you know where to find us, cowboy. The legacy of those who came before us. It's handed down from parent to child. And from mentor to disciple, we must never stall or stagnate but continue to grow and change. All that we've been taught, the beliefs and convictions that have been passed down to us, we must continue to nurture them so we, in turn, can pass them on to the next generation.
Are you really sure you're okay with him staying, boss?
Uh-huh. I always figured he'd leave the nest someday.
Aww. Uncle Edgeworth doesn't seem too pleased with it, but you know what? He's letting her stay there.
Just a little.
It's the sign. I knew it.
Why don't we go and check it out, AJ?
Aww. God damn this game. Justice Law Offices. Is that it? Is that the end? Time for credits? Wow! Oh my god! I haven't been in tears from Ace Attorney games since Trials and Tribulations. I mean, I kind of wanted to cry my eyes out at the end of Apollo Justice because of how fucking pissed off I was. Like, I couldn't believe they actually destroyed those characters like that. But that game was so goddamn good. It was so fucking good. I need a second to compose myself just to get over that. It's funny, I saw a comment a couple, like a month ago, saying that they should get tissues ready for the end of Spirit of Justice, and I did not listen to them, but oh boy, I should have. Edgeworth and Emma, I want to congratulate you on becoming a forensic investigator, Detective Sky.
Thank you, but Prosecutor Sanmani says he has need of me. Tomorrow I'll be working in Khura'in for a while. Look at it this way, it's sure to be an educational experience. True, plus I can't let that kid show me up either. I'll see what I can do for Khura'in's revolution. Hey, well, challenges have a way of helping people grow. I look forward to our next investigation upon your return.
That game was so good. It wasn't perfect by any means. There were certainly flaws, but it was still a damn good game. Like, first off, I said it so many times, but the cutscenes, the visual splendor, the animation, all of it was just such a massive step up from Dual Destinies. And every single case was fantastic. Even the Right of Turnabout, which was definitely the weakest case of the game and had the most low moments, and this case, which had that backstab of a reveal when it decided to introduce and then almost immediately abandon that second Maya abduction. But when they were both when those cases were at their best, they both did outstanding jobs. And look, this case, oh, it's the baby! Look, this case had a very weak moment in the middle there. Like, the decision to just rehash Farewell My Turnabout and then rush through it and drop the plot line as if it never even happened was a terrible, terrible decision. It just cheapened the effect of Apollo and Phoenix facing off against each other, despite the clever solution to actually resolving the situation. But I mean, like, the first investigation of this case, where you essentially went on a treasure hunt, that was fun as hell. Solving the puzzle box, that was a highlight. Oh, here's the thing, I've been pulling double duty ever since Apollo, but that's okay. I'm going to make Simon recognize me for the awesome lawyer that I am.
She's breaking in her boots.
Squidget, I can do it, and I will. Mr. Wright will be calling me his right-hand woman before you know it. Let's do this! You go get him, Athena. But, like, character-wise, outstanding. Pearl, Emma, Trucid, they all had a part to play. And Dirk's relationship with Apollo was fantastic. Like, genuine tear-shedding storytelling in these final set of trials with them. And that scene in the cave just blew me away. And as I said, the trial facing off against Phoenix was also incredible up until the reveal of Maya's abduction. That was fucking horrendous. Then from the moment that Edgeworth charters a plane for everyone to set off for Khura'in until the very end of this game, it was all phenomenal. The character work, the plot twist, the story, all of it was so good. And every single character was plot relevant. And the emphasis on the overarching narrative from Case 1 to Case 5 from Trials and Tribulations carried over here and linked everybody's stories together in one epic final case, except for Maya's abduction. I'm not even kidding you. Just remove that Maya's abduction from the story and the whole case gets so much better. That was fucking terrible. And Apollo wasn't... I'm gonna start getting teary-eyed again. Apollo wasn't actually completely awful this time. Like, look, okay, if at the end of Apollo Justice Ace Attorney we learned that he was going to be moving away and never coming back, I would have been over the moon with joy and probably would have thrown a party in celebration. But this game, there wasn't a single moment I felt any hatred toward him whatsoever.
That moment he shares with Trucy in Magical Turnabout was fucking phenomenal. She actually breaks down and shows genuine emotion, and they share a really heartfelt sibling bond right there. And after 2 games of saying that she would never reveal her magic secrets, she finally tells Apollo how it all works. It's just incredible character development. And we finally got more details as to his early family and his early life and his family, and it was the last bit of development that Apollo needed for us to connect with him. We knew he was Trucy's half-brother through Lamoire, but we never knew anything about his father, and they did not disappoint with those pals. It's Maya and Pearl! I'm being super busy now that I'm the head of the Fae clan.
Don't worry, Mystic Maya. I'll do whatever I can to help.
Thanks, Pearly. Our first order of business will be to revolutionize Khura'in Village.
Oh, I have an idea. How about opening a store where we can buy new outfits like the city girls wear?
Well, look who's all grown up now. I think there are a few more pressing matters to take care of first.
Yeah, you're right. I guess it'll be a while before I get my revolutionary makeover.
But, like, the character development was so strong between Dirk and Apollo, and it was just heartbreaking when they revealed that he had been dead all along. And that final trial where Phoenix stood by Apollo's side, just like Mia did for Phoenix in the very first game. That is how you make a full circle ending. That's incredible writing. And at the very, very end, staying back to help fix his kingdom is such a strong conclusion for his character. After one game, the first game that made everybody want to rocket him into the sun, a one-way ticket into the sun, never to come back, and another game that was almost good enough to fix that, this game was able to round out his character and finally give him the development he should have had all along, and I was genuinely tearing up when they had that final goodbye together. Just so amazing. Athena and Apollo bounced off each other even better than they did in Dual Destinies. Previously, like, they did tackle 2 cases together, essentially all by themselves in Dual Destinies, but Phoenix was always kind of around. Like, the Monsters Turnabout Plus, that was the worst case of the game, so that kind of overshadowed their chemistry. But here, Phoenix is in an entirely different country, so they were all on their own, and the writers were able to let their chemistry really shine through. Phoenix's character got one last push to where it was in the original trilogy with the idea of defending the innocent, even when defense attorneys aren't used and they would receive the same punishment. Oh, hey, Phoenix. Lamoire. It's Lamoire, okay? He's a respected lawyer in his own right. He even has his own practice called Justice Law Offices. It's Lamoire. God.
Thank you. This wouldn't have been possible without you.
Oh, before I forget, I made a copy of this photo for you.
A photo? Oh. Jove. It is so good to see him again.
Don't you think it's about time we told them the truth? You should have done it at the end of the first game! They both know how to find the people now.
Yes, you're right. Perhaps it's about time they knew.
So they don't know. So then, oh boy, Trucy calling Dirk dad is, oh boy, that's a can of worms. Oh my fucking god, this game is incredible. Like, that last bit of character development, where Phoenix stands up to defend the innocent, even when, if you could be subject to the death penalty, just for defending your client. It's just so in line with who he is. Also, let's not forget Emma. Her character was murdered in Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. She wasn't the chipper, eager to learn science so that we grew so close to Rise from the Ashes. She was a human version of Oscar the Grouch who somehow managed to fail her forensic science exam, and her new music theme was horrendous. But this game fixed it! It fixed it all! And not only did they fix it, but they deliberately stabbed the work of the writers of Apollo Justice over and over again. It's like, hey, you know all that dumb shit you did? Let me stab that work, that script you just wrote 1,000 times. Just, they made a point of saying, yeah, that really was a dumb thing that we were talking about in that game, wasn't it? She's just as charismatic as she was in Rise from the Ashes. And now she has believable chemistry with Apollo and Athena. And her music, like, look, it wasn't on par with her original theme, it never will be, but it was still a welcome change from the throwing entrance off a cliff garbage we heard in Apollo Justice. And those moments she has with Phoenix, especially when she confronted Apollo about taking on Phoenix, just so good. Every character made an appropriate choice with who to side with. Trucy's related to both of them, so she would absolutely abstain. Athena bonded a lot with Apollo with the last 2 games, makes sense for her to side with him, and Emma has literally no reason to care about anyone other than Phoenix, so if she didn't stand by her Rise from the Ashes party, that would have felt a little strange. Edgeworth, every single line of dialogue that came out of his mouth was golden, especially I should just like to pull let's do away in Mr. Edgeworth's suitcase trick. Gameplay-wise, It had it all. Cyclops, which we all know and love. Perceive, which is still trash, but at least the FOV was widened. The Moon Matrix, which is still pathetically easy, but just as fun as before. And Emma Sky came back one last time so we could investigate things. Scientifically speaking, of course, it's the ultimate culmination of every investigation and trial trick we've ever used. Divination seances, awesome gameplay mechanic to introduce a completely fresh way to search for inconsistencies and put your deductive abilities to the ultimate test. There was so much that you had to constantly look for, scan, and analyze, and align it all together. You had to align a testimony with the frame of the sentence and with the inconsistent sense, and then with total control of rewinding and fast-forwarding through it. And story-wise, it was perfectly in line with how the Kingdom of Khura'in acts, except for that one blasted seance on the right of Turnabout that didn't extend my info despite it being the correct contradiction. Anyway, music was incredible. Like, every track was phenomenal, and the remixes of classic themes, Turnabout Sisters, that was great. Story, it pulled story beats from every single game in the series up until this point. Phoenix's original backstory, Khura'in Village, the Fake Glitz connection to the kingdom, the Grim Reach of Apollo Justice, Black Widow and Athena. And the lore of the new kingdom was fascinating, it still felt right at home with the series. Oh my god, this game was so fucking good. Oh my god. And also, apparently, oh, what's this? Post-credit scene? Dear Mr. Wright, I can't believe it's already been a few months since I decided to... Can I not read the letter? Dear Mr. Wright, I can't believe it's already been a few months since I decided to say. I'm sorry I haven't been good at keeping in touch, but things have been really hectic. Rebuilding a legal system I'm not very familiar with has been a real challenge, but I will say it's given me plenty of work to keep me busy. Oh, is it going to be the final objection? I was wondering why we were going to fit the final objection.
Have you not given the autopsy report even a cursory glance, Mr. Justice?
It's just I have 15 clients on my plate right now. Although I probably shouldn't have accepted all 15 at the same time.
Oh, please. Are you going to help me rebuild Khura'in's legal system or not? If you are, we need to move through this case backlog faster.
Yeah, I know, but...
Besides, those 15 are only the beginning. There are 10 more waiting your services.
Huh?
I do have friends and acquaintances seeking legal representation. Admitting that you are the only lawyer in the country, I told them to contact you. I estimated we'll only have 16 clients to your caseload.
Huh? Now wait just a minute.
I've been handling out advertisements for your new office. They read: from legal advice to investigating extramarital affairs, even yak milking. For a limited time only, these services and more are free down Justice Law offices. I have already received requests from
380 new clients. Huh? Oh, I'm expecting it. I'm gonna have to say something, aren't I? Yep, yes you are.
I trust you to do your quote to steal exercises this morning. Well, go on, there is no need to hold back.
Ha 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 ha! Now that you mention it, we have yet to hear your shot today.
Yes, and I have grown quite drowsy from these tedious proceedings. I could use a loud something to wake me up. Do not disappoint me, Hornhead.
Here it comes. There's really only one thing to say at a time like this. It's a word I've said countless times in my career, but one I'll never tire of. Objection! Is that it? Is that really the end? Oh my fucking god, this game! It was so good. Wow. Well, okay, so let's talk flaws because the game's not flawless. I talked a lot of praise, but it's not flawless. So let's first things first. Some of the earlier cases, like I'll cite specifically the Foreign Turnabout, Magical Turnabout, and Turnabout Storyteller, were they packed way too much information into a single session without save screens. Like they should have split. At the very least, they should have split Magical Turnabout into 2 trials, and Turnabout Storyteller, maybe 3 trials. I don't know. That probably could have worked. So I don't know. It just felt too not condensed, but compact, I guess you should say. Nayuta was a terrible prosecutor. Like I was hoping I would come to like him by the end, like I did with Edgeworth, but no, he's still an asshole. And Rafa was insufferable to be around. That being said, unlike Nayuta, by the end of this game, I did actually feel bad for her. But, you know, she was still a prick throughout the whole game, up until this point. This isn't a flaw, but I'm going to point this out. Are we getting another Ace Attorney game? Because that was definitely Lamoire that she was talking to, right? That Phoenix was talking to in that post-credit scene, right? Like, who else would it be? That must have been her. So, are they finally gonna tell Apollo and Trucy that they're fucking siblings? Because let me tell ya, it's been kind of killing me that they care so much about each other and they don't know that they're family. Someone just fucking open your mouth and say something already. Anyway, so have they confirmed an Ace Attorney 7, or are we not, like, what, that's, like, because it's been copyright 2016, it's been 4 years since this game came out. Are they gonna do something, like, is this the last, I mean, obviously, I don't know, you all probably know this series better than I do, so is this the last game that they're ever gonna make, or are they currently in development for another one? I'm not sure. Anyway, flaws, this one's a little minor, admittedly, but Pearl's cameo felt kind of like Emma's in Ace Attorney Investigations. Like, it was cool, but it didn't really need to be there. Edgeworth, look, everything the man can do no wrong. Everything he says is gold. He's the best character in the whole series. But his role in this case was kind of minimal. Like, I didn't feel like he had a pivotal role in this case like he did in Dual Destinies. And then, this one really gets me. I didn't mean to tap to start. That's... okay. Athena was so sidelined. Like, yeah, she had her own case, but she barely had any relevance to overall. Like, I wanted her to at least be there for the final trial. She should have been there for the final trial. She's so important, and she just wasn't in this game. And... fucking Maya. God. She was barely in this game. Her big return of a case made her the defendant, and the only other case she's in made her a hostage, and then a witness for like 20 minutes. They did not do her character justice at all. Like, they didn't ruin her character like they did with Phoenix in Apollo Justice Attorney, which I'm happy about that at least. But if they were going to bring her back, they shouldn't have done it like this. They should have made her your investigative partner for at least one of the cases, and preferably for every case that involves Phoenix. Like, seriously. And again, the whole reusing the Feral My Turnabout thing was just lazy as all hell. But aside from those things, incredible game. Absolutely incredible game. If nothing else, this was such a perfect ending for Apollo's trilogy. He finally had a reason to exist, and his story was actually interesting. Like, it felt like the writers actually cared about him, and they put so much work into everybody's character. All the character development, the relationships between everybody was so well fleshed out. And they all bounced off each other so well and brought all their skills together for one final confrontation to overthrow the Khura'in government. And the ultimate conclusion of this new trilogy and bringing illegal injustice to an end, and it was so good. God damn it, it was so good. For as rough of an overall trilogy as this has been, this was the ending they needed to bring the series back to its original level of quality. The story, gameplay, characters, the gameplay, and this ending. I think I said gameplay twice. Look, this isn't Trials and Tribulations ending. It would never have been that. It's impossible. The ending to that game and that trilogy is pure perfection, and nothing will ever replace it. This game didn't have the same level of build-up and emotion the game had. It doesn't have the two phenomenal games to back it up, and it sure as hell did not have the same level of quality in terms of story and characters. Because the thing is, none of these games are as good as the original trilogy. Even for as good of a game as this was overall, despite its flaws, it's nowhere near the same thing. I have no desire to replay any of these games, whereas I had an immediate desire to dive back into the first Turnabout the second after I finished the Bridge to the Turnabout and do it all over again. Am I happy that I played these games? Yes, if for no other reason than I got to share my reactions to these stories with you all. But, in my head, the original 3 games will always be the true Ace Attorney story. It was pure perfection in every way, and it is in my top 5 video games I've ever played. Everybody's character arcs ended brilliantly with Bridge to the Turnabout. The story threads that were introduced in the first Turnabout went all the way to the credits rolling in the third game. Everything came to a close, and it brought an incredible sense of closure, and I will always, always cherish that finale. But this trilogy was never going to replace it. I would never have expected it to do so, and it was still the perfect conclusion to Apollo's story. And I'm going to get a little sentimental right now, but this is the last Ace Attorney game that I can play. I don't have a 3DS. By the way, I'm not going to pull any tricks this time like I did for the original trilogy. This is actually the end this time. I'm not going to play Professor Layton because I don't have a 3DS, and even if I did, I definitely don't have a way to capture 3DS without just taking a camera and pointing it at the handheld device. I can't play Ace Attorney Investigations 2 because that was never released in the United States. Is there anything else? I think that's it. I mean, maybe, I don't know. If there's any more games I don't know about, let me know, but I'm pretty sure those are the only 2 big ones, at least. So, I'm just gonna take this moment to say thank you. Like, genuinely from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for sticking with me. Whether you've been here since just the beginning of Spirit of Justice, the beginning of Dual Destinies, Paul Justice, whether you've been here since the start of 2020, or just the start of Ace Attorney Investigations, even if you've been here since the beginning of my journey with Phoenix Wright, no matter how long you've been watching my channel, thank you so much for sticking with me and experiencing this storyline with me. I've genuinely had so much fun recording these games. Even Apollo Justice, for as terrible of a game as that was, and for as awful of a time as I had playing it, I really enjoyed talking with people in the comment sections of those videos about the game. I genuinely did enjoy that. The game was terrible, I hated recording it, but I did enjoy the conversation with you guys in the comments about it. That part I really did enjoy. So, every game in the series had something good about it. Apollo Justice, not the game part of it, but the conversing with you guys part of it. So, I just want to take a moment to say thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking a part of the channel, and I really have loved this series. Like, I'm happy I discovered this, because I really do love these characters. They're the characters, the story, the gameplay. I came for the gameplay and, like, the addictiveness of catching culprits, but I stayed for the story and characters. They blew me away at every opportunity. It just genuinely surprised me how good this was. And I know the world's in kind of a rough state right now. I'm sure you don't need me to tell you that. So I hope that, even if just a little bit, I hope that some of my videos were able to brighten your day. Like, even if it was just a little bit, I hope that I've been able to make you smile, make you laugh, make your day a little bit better through these videos, just to try to cheer you up a little bit. That's, if nothing else, even if you got upset that I got mad at some parts of the game, I hope that I was able to do that. And if I did that, then you know what? I'd say I accomplished my mission. So, by the way, I'm still gonna play the DLC case, because I know there's a DLC case. It's this right here. Time travel. F***ing hell, time travel. Because when you introduce time travel into a series that hasn't had time travel, that can only end well, right? No, that's a terrible idea. We'll see how it goes. But since it's the end of the main game, I do still want to say, again, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching these videos, for sticking around, for just being a fan of the channel, I guess. It really does mean a lot that you've decided to stick around through all these videos, through all these stories, all these adventures we've had. That being said, I'm pretty much not going to be making any more Ace Attorney videos after I play the DLC case. Like, I'm not gonna milk Ace Attorney for all it's worth. I could make top 10 moments in Phoenix Wright games, top 10 characters, and then just top 10 lists for Infinity and Beyond for Ace Attorney, but I'm not gonna do that. I've finished the games, and that's all I really wanted to do. So, if you want to stick around and check out my other content, that's up to you. But what I will say, regardless of whether you decide to check out the rest of my content or not, is thank you for watching these videos. I hope you enjoyed. I hope I was able to cheer up your day, and that's... honestly, anything I could say is just another way of me saying thank you for watching. It really does mean a lot, and I appreciate it. So, that's all for now. Tomorrow we'll start at the DLC case, and I can't wait to find out how they handle time travel. Oh, it's gonna be a disaster, but thank you again from the bottom of my heart for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for tomorrow when we start the DLC case, and I hope you have a great day. And I'll see you all tomorrow for the first bonus episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney: Spirit of Justice. Goodbye.